Hey everybody, welcome to the Gulf of Mexico. I'm Mike Wendland, and this is a YouTube RV lifestyle live YouTube. I am out on my kayak on the Gulf of Mexico, and I thought we would see how well we could do today with a live report for you. It is absolutely a beautiful day, and I am pedaling, not paddling, my kayak. And it's really hard for me to see the screen, so I've got to kind of look around. Let's see if I can turn the camera. And there we go. Okay, here is how I am navigating the Gulf of Mexico. This is my fishing kayak, and I've had this for about 6 months now, and absolutely love it. You see, much like on a recumbent bicycle, you pedal, and that's exactly what I am doing now. We're in the panhandle. I am, maybe a quarter mile off the coast of Okaloosa Island, and there is the beautiful crystal clear emerald colors waters of the Gulf of Mexico. This is an area they call the Emerald Coast, and you can kind of see why. Look at this water. I am probably in about 20-25 feet of water, and I'm going to do some fishing here in a little bit. And this is my kayak. Let me come back to me, and I can answer any of your questions. There you go. There's some of the condos on Okaloosa Island behind me, and I'm just pedaling along. Often I'll see dolphin out here. What kind of fish do I catch? Hey, thank you, Antoine, who says nice. Hopefully you hear me and see me okay. Last time I tried a Facebook or a YouTube live from out here, there was a lot of wind noise. Well, there's no wind. It is dead flat today, and boy, you can really get a sunburn. What would make this a great shot live is if I could pull up a couple of dolphins and show you some dolphins as we paddle along here. I know a lot of people have been asking me since I talked about this fishing kayak and how we carry it in our RV. And that is the problem that I have, is how do you carry it? This kayak that I'm on is 10 feet long. It's made by a company called Native. It's just for fishing, and it is really great. Let's see, Ron says, is it easy to land a fish? Well, sure it is. You just reel it in. Now, I should tell you that out here, there are all kinds of fish. There are some big sharks. There's some jellyfish in the water right there, but I just went over. There's some sharks. There's one of my guests that stayed at the condo we have here caught a marlin out here. And some of the kayak fishermen I know have caught huge fish that have, when they've caught them, have taken them on a ride and they tire them out. They go a couple, 3 miles they've actually been towed. But most of the fish I catch out here are sea trout. There's some pompano out here. There is redfish, which is one of my favorite fish to catch and to eat. And every now and then you'll get a snapper and all sorts of things out here. I even caught a sea trout or a sea catfish. There's a different kind of catfish out here. So there's lots of fish. So you can ask any of the questions, but I was back to the RV. The hardest challenge I have in ours, we have a sprinter-based RV, is how do you carry a kayak? And you can't. I can stick this kayak on the inside, and it will fill up almost, go all over the sofa, the bed area, and come out almost to the galley. I can shut the doors, but that's about it. And you know, after you've been out in the water, it's got a lot of salt water on it. I rinse it off, but you just don't like to carry your kayak like that inside your RV. That's how I got it home from the store, and that's frankly how I take it from place to place I go now. But the challenge for this is finding a kayak rack for an RV. I have two that I have looked at. One weighs about 300 pounds, and when you put that rack on, you need some help obviously to get it on. You really can't easily open the back doors. I've debated getting that. Another company has a kayak rack that will allow you to open the back doors, but you have to weld some stuff on to the rear part of the the trailer hitch and the bumper, and it's just doesn't seem like something you want to do to your RV. So I have yet to get a good rack for this. I can't carry it on the roof because my roof of my RV is all solar panels. So that's the challenge I face. I leave the kayak with friends, or I'll carry it from place to place, but I'm not able to use it nearly as much as I would like to. And I wish I could. I'd do some fishing here. That's my fishing pole behind me. Let me see if I can pan us around a little bit and show you. I've got a little back part there, and there's a dry area, and there's a little box, and that box right there, if you can see that, I keep my bait in there and my tackle box, and I have lots of ability to change any of the fishing stuff up. But that's my fishing pole. It's got some racks there. This kayak comes with some rails, so you can put your cell phone, if you can see those rails on the side. You can paddle this thing like a regular paddle, but it works pretty good. Let's see, somebody asked the towing capacity of a Class B. Well, on the Sprinter 20 or 3500, which is what I have, it will tow up to, I think, 5,000, 6,000 pounds. Some people have suggested, well, get a trailer. Well, I hate to tow a trailer. The whole part of being in a little motorhome like we have in our Class B is to be able to not have to bring a lot of junk with you. Well, I do want to bring my kayak. Someone else has suggested that there's a side mount that you could probably use, but that would certainly extend the width of your vehicle a lot. So I have yet to find a good kayak solution. The best one I've seen are these that will mount them vertically on the back, on the bumper hitch. But as I explained, both of those solutions haven't worked out yet for me. So that's the challenge. There are other challenges or other opportunities. You could get there's a really nice Montreal company that makes a really nice kind of a stowable. I don't want to call it a trailer, but it's like it will hold two kayaks that are fold-up kayaks, and then you could also put some bikes on the top of that, and that mounts. It's a big case like that mounts on the back on the bumper hitch of your car. So I'm thinking about one of those as well. That would not be a bad solution for me. So that's my challenges. I love to get out on the water like this. My danger today is my northern skin is going to sunburn because it is an absolutely breathtaking day. And I mean, all around me is peace and tranquility and this beautiful water. I was out here one time and I was sound asleep, fell asleep, and I heard this noise, and right off to the side I saw an eyeball, and it was literally a dolphin that had been maybe 10 feet away from me. He was just checking me out, and then he kind of ran in the water, or walked out, rode all around me, came over to the other side and came up, and then he porpoised off, and that was kind of a special time. That was great. Let's see, I'm still looking at the comments, and you guys can ask any questions. It's kind of hard. I'm squinting in the sun because not only is it a cloudless day here on the Emerald Coast of Florida with no wind, there is a great glare from that sun bouncing off from me on the water. And I'd have the sunglasses on, but I could not read the screen for any of your comments or your questions. And so I love to get your comments and your questions as you go. Does Jennifer know where you at? And when you need help, she can get there. Well, Jennifer is in a condo over there, right about where I'm pointing now on the far right-hand side there, that one you see. That is where she is. And she's out in there, and I am out here. I do have the cell phone, and I don't have it with me today because I'm only out, now I'm out about a half mile offshore. But I often carry a small little handheld marine radio. It's kind of fun if you're fishing with other people. You can use it for communications, of course, and if you needed help from the Coast Guard, you could. Ross asks, where on the Emerald Coast? Well, we're technically this right here. Let me get back, switch cameras for you. This that you see here, Ross, is the Emerald Coast of Okaloosa Island. Okaloosa Island, and that is between, well, it's really, the technical mailing address here is Fort Walton Beach, and that's where I am. So it's pretty neat. What is mileage? Antoine, I don't know what you mean is what is mileage. There's a Eglin Air Force Base is near here, and that is a big military transport plane coming back from somewhere on its way there. It's kind of a neat area. You see a lot of military people sometimes, and I believe today you will even see the Blue Angels, the Navy's demonstration flight team. The Blue Angels, they are based in Pensacola, which is just up the coast a little bit, a little west of us. And you'll actually see the Blue Angels. Sometimes they'll swing way out here as they're doing their practices. What's the mileage on a Class B? Okay, thank you for clarifying that. On mine, I get about 15.5 to 16 miles a gallon. And mine is a Sprinter-based RV, and it runs on diesel. So that's pretty good mileage, 15.5, 16. If I have the dual wheels and I have a lot of heavy batteries and I got the solar up on the roof, so there's a little bit more weight on mine. Some people get as much as 20 miles a gallon on a Sprinter-based diesel RV. So the mileage is really good, you know, compared to those Class Bs or Class As, which get what, 8, 9, 10 miles a gallon. Even some of the Class Cs are barely able to get 10. So I'm very pleased with the mileage we get. And I like the Class B. I'm working on another video that I'll put up eventually on the different uses for a Class B motorhome than camping or RVing. I use it as a second vehicle all the time. I run back and forth to the store and do errands and have a great time with it. Man, is this water nice. Can you see how I could just fall asleep out here? This is about where I like to come. Basically just a half mile or so offshore. Sometimes I'll go out a little bit further. In fact, I think I will today. It is so calm. The fish that I like to catch on this thing, which is, you know, redfish is my favorite fish. They tend to be, at about 8, at this time of day in this kind of weather, they'll be about 10 to 20 feet of water. Then they come in a little bit late. Let's see, we have a Forester Mercedes chassis. We routinely get 16 to 17 miles a gallon. Yep, that's just exactly what we get. That's from Ross. So we're right in the same ballpark. And a lot of people ask me, you know, do you have trouble getting diesel? No, I really don't. Never have we had problem getting diesel. Diesel right now is actually a little cheaper than regular gasoline. So that's been really nice. I've enjoyed that. So I had promised I would do that and show you what it's like out here on the water and why I like this little kayak. Again, for those of you just tuning in, this is a fishing kayak, and it is unlike, well, it does have paddles. You can see those paddles on the bottom. They come together and they make one long paddle. So you can go the traditional way, but this is the way I navigate on this thing. I pedal. And there's a little propeller that is underneath there in the water, and then right here where my hand is, that's the rudder, and you turn that to turn your direction. So it's about as simple as can be. And what's nice about that is basically you have hands free as you fish, but also it's a very efficient way to navigate. I don't know how fast I'm going here. Be quiet, you can hear the water moving. So that's I wish I could bring you aboard. Now, the other downside of this thing, amazingly good video. Well, thank you. That's what I like to hear, Ross. This is that new Samsung Galaxy 8 Plus that I have. I did a review on the channel here. You can find that. And yes, it is, Ross. It's a lot of fun. And that Samsung Galaxy 8 Plus is really a nice phone. I love the picture quality of it. So that's the forward facing. And there again is, look how calm this water is. Now I'm out a half mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile now. And can you see there's some gentle swells, but just it's very, very, very quiet and calm. Now all weekend we had big waves, 6-footers that were crashing in. But now it is calm. This is kind of the time of year that is my favorite time. That was 2 times. This time, the month of May, before it gets too hot, and then somebody says they're looking, Antoine says he's looking for a new cell phone. Yeah, well, look at that Samsung Galaxy 8. It's pretty nice. But this is the time of year I think it's best to be down in this area. It is just gorgeous, gorgeous weather. And it starts to get pretty warm in June, July, August. September, it's still pretty warm. October is probably the best month of the year we have found. So we are down here from really late August. I'll probably come down here late August and then stay on a lot in the fall. We will be doing most of our RV traveling starting in just a couple of weeks. Let's see, you don't ride 6-foot waves with that baby, do you? No, sir, I don't. Or who is it that said that? I can't read it. Judy, I think it is. Is it just Judy? No, Just Teach. It's hard to see that screen when in the sun. No, I don't ride the 6-foot waves. This is, in fact, we've been down here a week now, and this is the first time I've been actually able to get out on the kayak. And you can see how steady it is. I mean, it's very flat and calm. I'm probably in 30 feet of water, maybe a little bit more. There are some mighty big fish down there. I don't tend to do a lot of fishing out this far. Most of the fish I catch kind of hang in the shallows, and they like to catch the little bait fish that is in there. But if I was here, I would probably do some bottom fishing and see what we could catch. Every now and then some snapper, some grouper. In closer to shore is pompano, and those are all great eating fish. So we have a good time. Let's see, beautiful day. Yep, 85 degrees is the temperature right now in where I am on Okaloosa Island in the Gulf of Mexico, and the water temperature is really pretty warm. It's I don't know. People are swimming, so. And you know, kids, they'll go in when it's 60 degrees, but it's nothing like that. It's quite warm. I would guess it's in the mid to upper 70s, the temperature, maybe pushing 80, the temperature. That's probably a little hot right now, or for this time of year. Let's see, my wife and I disagree on the need for a towed. A towed is a towed vehicle that you tow behind your RV. Oh, I lost the question. So it kind of only pops up on the screen there for a minute, and then it disappeared. So it'll come back in a minute, and I'll go. Well, on a Class B, we have found, and we've been doing this, okay, let's see, a towed. We have a 25B plus with a slide. We love to explore. I say we need one. She's not convinced. We love your, I think, reports. Thank you. Well, on our Class B, now I have the video. If you look on the Facebook page here, we've got a new video. What is a Class B plus? Generally, they're about 25 to 26 feet. They're about 7 foot 10 inches wide. A Class B is under 24 feet and is a standard width. It's not. It's probably more like 6 feet wide, maybe a little less than that. It's about 6 feet wide at the most, I think. So we don't have a towed. Never have felt the need for one. We carry bicycles, and often when we travel. And mine is all solar on the roof. That's something that you really can't get as much solar on a B plus or a C. So we're pretty energy independent. We don't even need a campground. We do a lot of boondocking in the middle of nowhere. So when we have to go someplace, we just start up the RV, and I use it, as I've said before, as a second vehicle at home. So it's no big deal for me to take that into town if we want to get some food or go out for dinner or go see some sightseeing. And then we can come back and stay. So that I don't think you need a towed. However, that said, there are times it would be very nice. I know somebody who travels with a Class B, and it's not a B plus, it's a B, and they tow a Honda Fit, a little tiny car, and that they love it. It doesn't take much. It's very easy to tow, and so they use that, and they love having it. So it's a matter of preference. If you tend to stay in an organized campground where you're plugged in and you got the water in, and maybe you're running the sewer hookup, then you're going to want to have, it's a little bit more of a pain to unhook everything and then take it into town. So that's where a towed vehicle is nice. But on the other hand, your vehicle then when you tow it is so much longer. It's very difficult to park. You can't stop at restaurants along the way on the freeway, and that kind of gets it going. Let's see. I'm trying to read this screen. I posted a video a few days ago on the encounter with 2 stowaways in Laredo. How concerned are you with the safety on the Gulf? But the biggest danger I have out here is a shark. And that's pretty remote. I scuba dive with sharks. Sharks don't eat people unless they think they're something else, and then they usually spit us out. We don't taste good. So no, we are we travel everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And I've never felt in danger, certainly not with immigrants or people sneaking across the border, and not here in the Gulf of Mexico and in Florida's panhandle. Now, they do probably have some illegal immigration coming across, on the Texas coast, and there may be some here for all I know, but I've not heard of any in the many years we've been coming down here. We just don't worry about that. That's like worrying about a meteorite hitting you. We've never had an issue at all, ever, in our travels. Speaking of our travels, we leave here in about 10 days and then start to make our way west, where we'll spend most of the summer traveling. We are headed first to taking our time getting up to Glacier National Park. We'll be up there and spend much of the late part of June at Glacier. We've got a group of other folks who are followers of our roadtrekking.com blog and here at our Facebook channel. They'll be joining us up there as well, and we'll be hanging out with them at Glacier National Park. And then at the end of June, Jennifer and I and Bo, our Norwegian Elk, are heading up across the Canadian border there and at Waterton, which joins Glacier National Park. And then we're going to head west through the Canadian Rockies and make our way over to Banff and explore the Canadian Rockies a little bit. And then we'll head back south, probably do Yellowstone, which we visit sometimes twice a year. We love Yellowstone National Park. Then in July, we are in Indianapolis at the Family Motor Coach Association's annual gathering. They'll expect a couple thousand RVers there. And Jennifer and I like to do, they bring us out every year. We do a couple of seminars on the way we travel and show a little bit more of what we and how the things we do. And then lots of shorter trips visiting people throughout August and September. We got a couple more road trekking gatherings we'll be doing, and we make a lot of appearances at RV shows and gatherings. So that takes up our summer. So that's why I'm out here now, kind of restoring myself and floating around on this beautiful Gulf of Mexico. I am just really, what would really make this good, and I don't know if you can see that, right in the water right there, there's a fish. It's a little fish. It's just a couple of inches off the water, right in the middle, a little dark shadow. Actually, that is not a fish. You know what that is? That is a jellyfish. That is a little jellyfish. I don't think, let's see if I can get over and we should give you a little bit better of a view, but no, now I've even lost it. Oh, he's out there. He's right over here. Let's see. Come on up to the surface and say hello to everybody, Mr. Jellyfish. Nope, he's gone under. He's gone under, but every now and then when there's a big storm far out at sea, about 3 or 4 times you'll get you'll see some other fish, some jellyfish on the surface. I haven't seen any on shore or any in the area where everybody is swimming, but it all could happen. You know, they could get in. Somebody, I couldn't mention the name, said beautiful. Yes, it is. You know, that's another thing about the way we like to, our style of RVing is just doing stuff. We don't tend to sit in one place in our RV very long. We like to explore. This kayak has been my favorite toy for the past year. I do like to bicycle, and I'm looking for a solution to be able to take a couple of kayaks for Jennifer and me as we head west, and I'm not finding anything yet. People always say, well, get an inflatable. You know, I would not want to be out here in the Gulf of Mexico in an inflatable. I'm sorry. And fishing from it as well. I'm sure that people do. But this kayak that I'm in now is called the Slayer. It's by Native Watercraft, and it is made specifically for fishing with little rails that you can put your gear. Some people have fish detectors and radar. I mean, they go way out. I know kayakers who've gone 2, 3, 4, 5 miles out fishing. That's not me, and I didn't see me doing that. That's just not. That's a little too far. I may be. I don't know how far I am out from shore right now. Let's see. I keep moving further out. You can see shore for a long time, and I'm probably 3/4 of a mile off the shoreline. And this is 30 to 40 feet of water that we are in. Now I hear a couple of. Remember I told you earlier that we are near Eglin Air Force Base. So come on with me. This is pretty cool. I think if this is what I think it is. Yes. No. Oh no, it isn't. That's just a helicopter. That is one of the. They do a lot of practicing. Eglin Air Force Base and nearby Hurlbut Field. Hurlbut Field is where all the Air Force Special Forces are based. And you can see that chopper there. See a lot of those guys out here. I was hoping that I was going to show you one of those Ospreys. Have you seen the Osprey? The Osprey is an Air Force vehicle that's part helicopter and part car, or part airplane. Its props go around that way, and then they go around that way. So they can vertically go up and down, just like on a helicopter, and then when they want to take off, they actually turn the props, and then they go just like a regular propeller-driven vehicle. We see those guys almost 2 or 3 times a day out here, and it's kind of fun to watch those. So, well, listen, I have been on for a long time just jabbering away with you, and I'm going to get ready to close this one down, but I thought you might like to see how we enjoy fishing on the Gulf of Mexico. I am going to get my fishing pole out now and just start throwing it around and see what I catch. And if I do catch anything, I will post some photos on Facebook. Facebook is our road trekking group on Facebook is where I tend to post photos, and this YouTube channel is one I'm hoping that you guys will subscribe to. This is, we've been working really hard on building this YouTube channel up with a lot of videos. We've got over 200 videos here now. I probably do 3 and 4 videos a week. We do a lot of live shots like this, and I would love if you would do us a big favor and subscribe. You can see there's a place on the bottom there that you can, on the bottom right of your screen, I think, underneath the video here, you can hit subscribe. Let's see, somebody says, how about a heavy-duty inflatable tandem computer? Is that what it said? It only shows, your questions only appear for a minute, and I'm squinting to see, so I can't believe you meant computer. You must have meant heavy-duty tandem kayak. Well, not an inflatable. I'm not a, let's see, how about an inflatable tandem computer, you say? Sea Eagle 380. That's a, yeah, it says computer, but you meant a kayak. No inflatables for me. I'm sorry. Not for the kind of use we do. They're fine for just, you know, putzing around. I wouldn't mind one at all for that, but not for fishing and getting offshore and doing a lot of serious fishing out here. So anyway, back to where I was. Would you do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel? That way, when we do a live report, you'll just get a little notice, hey, the RV Lifestyle is going live, and you can see those. You also get a first peek at any of the videos that we put up. And as I said, we put videos up all the time. I hope to be able to use the YouTube channel a lot more than we have in the past. Before, I just sort of put videos there that I would then link on my roadtrekking.com blog. But now it's just, I just really love the interactivity of it, being able to go live with this quality of video and audio, and just to kind of meet you guys. It's really a privilege to be able to meet you and talk with you and answer questions. So the best way for you, if you would do me a favor, is please just click on subscribe. New subscriber, look forward to following and learning. Happy trekking, my friend. Well, thank you. You know, I got to say that this has been one of the most fun things we've ever done for the last 5 years, RVing, and I'm a big tech guy. I love technology, but I love the way that we can build a community like this and answer questions and hang out like that. But there are some fish for me to catch on that water, so I am going to go get this fishing pole out of this thing and see if I can catch some. I appreciate meeting you guys. Those of you who are the first time, please, again, subscribe. And any questions, anything you'd like us to do videos on, if you want to see more about our RV lifestyle, anything that we're not showing, just ask and we'll be glad to put it up. You're great. I appreciate so much getting a chance to meet so many of you. Have a great day, and we'll have another report later on this week, and more videos all the time on our RV Lifestyle channel. Bye-bye, everybody, from the Gulf of Mexico.